Okay, it appears that we're live. It wasn't us trying to get this started. This is my first live stream, and it appears to be working, and this is my third attempt. I had set a reminder yesterday that I was going to do this at 7 a.m., and it's currently 7:14 a.m. because I the first two failed completely, so I don't know. It looks like this is working. And I see there's a little bar down below at the microphone icon. And when I talk, the green thing goes up. So apparently I have sound. And yeah, so my first ever live stream. So it is New Year's Eve. And originally this was titled, um, what was it titled? I was introducing something I want to start doing on my channel, and that's reading my Bible. Um, I want to share as much as I can about the Bible and Jesus Christ and being a born again Christian as I can. And so I just thought, why not just make it really simple and just sit down every day or a couple times a week or whatever, and just start reading in here for the camera. Uh, and there's no better place to start than in the beginning, Book of Genesis, chapter 1. So that's going to start happening. Maybe even later on today, I'm going to do that and just read the whole chapter out loud, and then have a brief discussion about it and see how that goes. Because I love to read the Bible, and I'm very convinced that God says that we should just read the Bible for forever, as long as we can, because things come out of this when we least expect it. And I think that's what he intended. I think that's why every word of it is inspired. Everything is inspired. It's written by man, but inspired by God. And I think he made it come out this way so that we would just continually read it and seek and want more out of it. And so that's what I want to do. I just want to sit here and read the Bible, and just chapter by chapter. And it's going to take a while to even get through Genesis, obviously. So that's the plan. That's going to be happening pretty soon. So yeah, I never had any intentions on doing a live stream. Didn't know how to do it, and I just discovered I can do it. It takes a little while, but I figured out how to do it. I'm on a laptop computer, my HP, and I've got it sitting on a box here. I'm in my dining room. That's my back door right there. That's my radio behind me, CD player. I got the Psalms Project CD sitting on top. And if we turn the box over, we see a big, huge Bible timeline. I love that thing. It's really great. It's very accurate, anywhere from basically from Abraham on. It's very, very accurate and provable. Before that, it's a little difficult to prove that, but I believe it's completely true. So those things are as pretty accurate as they go, is what I'm told. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eventually get into this. This is my Bible is the New King James Version. I've had this since 1985. And I've read it over and over repeatedly, and hopefully I'll be able to continue reading it over and over repeatedly and just getting more and more out of it. I'm a student of the Bible. I have been since this time, since the 1980s. My church is the Applegate Christian Fellowship in Rouge, Oregon, about 15 miles from my home. I study under Pastor John Corson, and under his oldest son, Peter John Corson, who passed away uh, almost a year ago at 42 years old. It's very sad that he was so young. And but we can still get his teachings absolutely on the Applegate Christian Fellowship webpage. And then his son, his youngest son, Ben Corson, of course, is a fabulous teacher. So there's lots to learn there about the Bible. But John Corson is a guy I know him barely. Talked to him many times over the years, and he's a pretty cool guy. Very knowledgeable in the Bible. So that's where I get fed at Applegate Christian Fellowship in Rouge. I got my coffee here. Mm. Anyway, let's see. Now I got a message up here. Live streaming YouTube studio. This tab is using your camera or your microphone. Yeah, I don't know why that just suddenly popped up there. But it did. Anyway, it's telling me that my camera and microphone are being used right now. So it looks like that's happening right here in my home. So anyway, so I talked about that. How's things been going for me? Well, first of all, there is absolutely nobody here. And my channel only has 3 subscribers. And I don't even know who they are. I get views on my videos that I put up, but I really don't get any comments. I guess I've got 1 or 2. But I don't really know any of the people that are subscribed to me at all. And that's fine. I thought my channel would really grow. I put a couple of videos about the cemetery in my hometown. That's a town I work in. And that's the cemetery where my parents are both buried. I'll talk about that briefly. I thought I'd get more views, and it just hasn't. It's a historical cemetery in Jacksonville, Oregon, where I grew up. My mother passed away in May 23rd of 2018 from Alzheimer's. She was 87 at the time, and it was very sad. Of course, I knew her for 57 years. It's hard to. That's probably the hardest thing I've ever went through, and but at the same time, it was a blessing because she was sick for so long, and the Alzheimer's had taken its toll. She had no idea where she was at or what day it was or anything. And it was sad to see her slowly go like that. It started in 11 with dementia and then just kept going and going. And it was very sad. But she was always mom. And she never didn't know who we were. My older brother, myself, my younger brother, and my sister. She always knew who we were until I think the very last day. It was the 21st of May when she was hospice had said that she wasn't going to make it. They were just giving her, a few days to a week or a little bit more. She was completely bedridden by that time, and I was so blessed I got to spend the last 2 days of her life with her, just right there in the assisted living where she was living, and they moved a big hospital bed in, and I got to spend that time. The first day that I was there, she knew who we were, and she could talk a little bit, but she was going pretty quick. And the last day, she really couldn't. She wasn't talking at all, and we would try to talk to her, and she would kind of respond, but I don't know if she knew who we were. And it appeared that she was completely blind by that time as well. And but I got to spend those last days with her, and I'm so blessed, so glad I did. My sister and I both did, and it was really a blessing. And anyway, she is safely tucked away in heaven now, and I'm so glad for that. So happy for that she is there, and hopefully I'll be there pretty soon myself. When my time comes, I'll be seeing her. But it was a rough time. I've had a really, really rough time for the last decade of my life, and I've suffered from a drinking problem pretty much my entire adult life. And in 2015, I started having medical issues, and I was finally able to give up the booze completely. Um, I was an after work drinker, and it took its toll on me. And but I was able to give that up in on December 31st, 2015. Today is 4-year anniversary that I gave up the booze. I didn't think I could give it up for 4 hours before that. I struggled. I saw no possibility that I could give it up at all, but I did. And I did that because I talked to God about it repeatedly, and prayed about it. And it took a long time before it finally happened, but it finally happened in 15, almost be 4 years at midnight tonight. Well, 8 or 9 o'clock, I guess it was. I don't remember, but that was the last time I drank. And I am so incredibly blessed that I've made it 4 years, but it hasn't been a bed of roses. I've had medical things happen. I ended up spending 6 days in the hospital in 2016 because I had a seizure and collapsed on my floor right here in the bathroom of my house. And uh, because of blood pressure medicine, I ended up initially in the hospital in 15 before I quit drinking because my blood pressure was like 200 over 111 or something, just some ridiculous number. I was just going to have a heart attack and or stroke at any moment. And so I ended up in the hospital because I was bleeding out of my nose uncontrollably and so forth and so on. And so we got me on blood pressure medicine, but I became allergic to one of the medicines that I was on. I was on two. And I ended up having a seizure. I don't remember anything about the whole situation here, that 2 days that I was here. All I know is I was laying on my bathroom floor and I suddenly hear this huge crash. And then I hear a police officer announce himself and say, welfare check. And I'm back there in the bathroom laying on the floor. No, backer. I didn't know what day it was or nothing. But I had collapsed in there and laid there for probably a day and a half, and I remember very little about it. But the police on my boss had. I didn't show up for work. I called in sick the first day. I don't remember that. Then I didn't show up the next day, so the police officer actually kicked this door down right here and entered the house. And if they hadn't, I would have died. I'm sure, because you just can't lay on the floor like that for forever. And anyway, ended up in ICU for 3 days and another 3 days in there recovering. And so I got the blood pressure medicine situated. And then when I went back to work about 2 weeks later, I was having terrible pain in my hip, my right hip. And so I went to my doctor and they x-rayed it and found that I had severe arthritis in the hip, and I knew I was having some pain, but man, now I'm really having pain. So when I fell down, apparently I aggravated this, and part of the bone was gone, and so I had to have a total hip replacement. It took almost a year to get that arranged with, insurance, and that I couldn't afford anyway, and everything, and things were looking pretty bleak. But I had a total hip replacement on January 2nd of 18. It was a complete success story. I had to take 2 months off of work, and then when I did go back to work, I was much better, doing really good. And let's have some coffee. And still nobody is here, and that's not unexpected because I have 3 subscribers, and even though I put up a reminder saying I'm going to do this today, um, Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm not upset about it or anything. Anyway, back to my story. I went back to work and I was walking. I was walking like this before because my leg was so much shorter, and my leg is all in good shape now. But I'm well over 20 grand in debt, and they want to get paid, and I'm paying out over $500 a month in medical bills. And I did that for about 6.5 months. And then they said, "Oh, we need more. We need to raise that $500 up to like $750 a month." And I thought, I can't do this. I'm broke right now. I can't save 10 cents for emergencies or anything. Paying all this out, it's going to take me a million years. And so I ended up filing bankruptcy on it. I felt bad about that, but what could you do? I didn't know what else to do, and I prayed about it a lot, and it just seemed like the thing to do. So I did that. I got that. I went through court. I had my court date in April of this year, in fact, and it was all finalized. It was easy. It was really very, very easy to do. It just costs a lot to hire a lawyer and the court costs and all that. And so I went through that, and I felt bad about it, but I didn't know what else to do. I had no idea. I just couldn't pay all that stuff. And I can't work two jobs. I'm 59 years old, and I got arthritis in my other leg, and I got arthritis in my left ankle due to an accident in 1982. A plate and screws in there, and life's a mess. But it's been 6, 7 months, and everything is good. Really, there hasn't been any ill effects. I of course lost my credit, and I guess I still don't have credit. I need to check my credit report and see what's going on. But I had one credit card that I didn't owe any money on, and so I kept that. And then after the court date, my lawyer said to just start using that, buy little stuff, don't buy huge amounts, and just pay and make a monthly payments. And that's what I've been doing. I think I owe about $170 on the credit card right now. So I just make monthly payments, and everything works out good. So I'm really happy with that. I'm building my credit back up. Everything's going pretty darn good for me, but yet it's been a tough year. I've been dealing with a lot of depression this month in December. Holiday depression, I don't know. I've just been feeling pretty bad about things, feeling down and just kind of in the dumps and everything. But I feel great now. I just went through this period. Maybe it was the Christmas thing or something. The fact that I'm all alone for Christmas, I don't even know. But it's not too bad. I feel pretty good at the moment. So I can't really complain too much about my life. I'm pretty happy for the most part. Uh, and that's it. I don't know what else to say here, honestly. I was hoping somebody would come on, but like I said, I don't even know my subscribers. So I think we'll probably end this here. I don't really have much more to say other than hope everybody's had a good Christmas and New Year's. And I'm off work until the 7th of January because I was off work today and yesterday and today, and I'd be going back to work tomorrow. I'm a baker, so I go in pretty early and do my thing. But we're closing down. Today's our last day to work or to be open, and we close down, and we're rebuilding the whole back of the house, the whole of the building. You call it the house. They're tearing the whole back of the building down and rebuilding it, and it's good. going to be very glad to see all that and see what's going to be happening there when I believe I'll be returning to work next Tuesday. That just depends on what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we'll just call it a day on this, and I'm just gonna hang around, and I guess I'll do a live stream again once in a while. It shows up here that, well, there's one person here, so I guess that's me. Over here it says there's nobody here. So yeah, that's our first live stream. I think it went pretty good. I like this little area. So this is where I'll be doing my Bible reading, but I'll have the big camera set up and just be capturing the book as I read through it, and maybe teach a little bit out of each book. I've been through every Pastor Jon Courson teaching that there is. I listen to them all the time, the new ones, and really thrilled that that's all available. You can buy all of his teachings or just listen to him online on joncourson.com, JONCOURSON.com. It's called Searchlight, is his ministry. So yeah, I think that's it. We'll come back another time, maybe do this once in a while if this is a success story. If my audio is even working, I don't know. I hope it is. There's nobody here to tell me whether they can hear me or not, so I may go back and find that there's no sound at all, and I just sat here and babbled for 22 minutes, and nobody knows what I said. I hope that's not the case, but anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe and comment, and there will be Bible reading coming up very, very soon. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And now we have to figure out how to get out of here. How do you okay, how do you end stream? That's probably what I should click on right there. Alrighty. That's it for now. God bless.